Recently, Fort Meigs hosted the Revolution. Camp displays, battle demonstrations, equine presentations, and more took place as reenactors portraying colonial and British soldiers, musicians, and civilians brought the American Revolution to life at Fort Meigs' historic site.
My uniform consists of coat is black, faced with red, whereas the soldier's uniform would have been red, faced with black. The lacing is the same lacing and was loomed on the same loom that they would have had in the 18th century. As you can see, it's black with red in the middle, and every regiment has its own distinct style of lacing. If you go to another gentleman in a different unit, he'll have a different type of lacing. Even if it's red or black, it'll be in different areas of where the lacing is. And as you can see, my uniform is adorned with lacing all over, and it was pretty much all one piece, one roll when she did it. She just cut it up. Each one of these is 6 inches, and then they were folded into that style. And every button that is on me, from my breeches to my waistcoat, all have a 64th on them.
Looking good.
So,
and then your sling there?
this is a musician's sling for my drum hook. The drum is handmade by a company called Cooperman. It's actually formed the way they would have done it, so it's one long piece of wood that they steamed to the shape of a drum. The heads are calf skin. The gut is cat gut, or it would have been any kind of animal's gut, probably deer or something that they would have gotten around, and they just dried it out, and it's what makes the snares. So it's a rope tension drum, white ears to hold, the rope is the ears pushed down to tighten the heads of the drum so you can actually make a beat, and it's horrible in the rain.
And speak about your distinctive headwear.
Okay, this is actually called a bearskin hat. 3 types of people would have worn these in the American Revolution. Grenadiers would have been the main ones, and they actually used grenades, that's why they're called grenadiers. The next ones would have been musicians. British musicians would have worn these. And the third ones would have been fusiliers, the gentlemen that would have protected the cannons and other main things like troop transports, cannons, things like that. But what it is it's actual bear fur. Most of them would have had like a plate on the back. Mine should have had a little drum on the back, Peter. Grenadiers would have a little bomb with a wick on it, with their regiment in it. The plate itself, there's several different styles of plates. Mine's musician, and it's adorned with, as you can see, like right in here, they're like flags and drums and swords. And what that means is those are the trophies of war. So during the 18th century, when you surrendered, it wasn't muskets or cannons or anything like that. Your biggest trophies were swords, drums, and flags. As soldiers they would have muskets and bayonets, and officers would have had swords. My only defense is like an officer would have been a sword. It's a musician's hanger. That's all they would have had at the time for defending themselves if they actually got into hand-to-hand combat. But most of the time, it was never ever used.